Welcome back. This is Matt with MS Partners. So you found a property, you're excited about it, and you're thinking, this is the one for me and I'm going to buy it. You're talking to the seller and he says, well, I'm not in the country. And that seems to possibly complicate things a lot, especially if you've never done it before. But buying a property from a seller who's out of the country might sound complicated, but with the right setup, it can be done smoothly and safely. In this video, I'll walk you through how it works using a title company. So the first step is opening escrow with a reputable title company, of course. This is a critical step because a title company acts as a neutral third party. They handle the paperwork, verify ownership, and make sure the funds are only released when everything is done correctly. This protects the buyer and the seller, especially when you're dealing across borders. Next comes identity verification. Since the seller isn't physically present, the title company will require a copy of their ID or passport, which always they always require that eventually anyway in some form or another. Sometimes they'll require additional verification steps depending on the situation, and this ensures you're dealing with the actual property owner, not someone pretending to be. That's pretty important. Here's where most people get confused. The seller still has to sign closing docs, but they can do it from whatever country they're in. Usually there's two ways that I've had experience with that this happens. The easiest one is a RON signing. This is a remote online notary. Very easy. As long as you're a US citizen, you can do an online notary. Some title companies don't do this. Many of them do nowadays. So I've done this multiple times while being out of country, and it's very, very easy. The second way, if for whatever reason the title company will not allow a RON signing, is you have to get to a U.S. embassy to use a notary at a U.S. embassy. That may or may not be feasible depending on where the nearest embassy or consulate is in the country that you are in. So best thing to do is hopefully deal with a title company that allows a RON signing. The title company will guide this process to make sure documents are valid and enforceable. Once documents are signed, the buyer wires funds directly to the title company, not to the seller. Then the title company holds those funds until everything's received. All documents are received, everything is verified, the transaction is ready to close. Only then are funds released. Finally, the title company records the transaction with the county. At that point, ownership officially transfers, the seller receives their funds, and the deal is complete, all without either party needing to be in the same country. So the key takeaway is distance doesn't have to complicate a deal, lack of structure does. When using a professional title company and following the right steps, international transactions can be just as secure as local ones. At MS Partners, we've worked with sellers in various different countries, and the process always comes down to doing things the right way. So I hope this helps. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.